What's up, guys? It's your boy No Chef DJ here to bring you a bomb recipe from my heart to your plate. We made some hibachi, so this is some Japanese white sauce or yum yum sauce, as some people call it, to go with some delicious hibachi. So we're gonna start out with about 2 cups of mayonnaise. Here at our house, we prefer Hellman's. You could do Duke's. You can use any kind of Japanese mayo, or whatever kind of mayonnaise you choose. And then you're gonna add about 2 tablespoons of melted butter. So you're gonna put it in the microwave, melt it down. Don't microwave it too long. And then you're gonna do about uh, close to 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. And then I got some garlic going in there, some paprika in there, about a teaspoon apiece of those. And then you're gonna do some apple cider vinegar. Now the vinegar is kind of the part that kind of sets it off. You're gonna do about 2 tablespoons of that, and then you're gonna add your sugar next, which you're gonna do about 3 tablespoons. I tend to do a little bit more because I like mine sweeter. So if you want yours sweeter, add more. If you don't want it sweet, then don't add more. But I think this sauce is better when it's sweeter, and it kind of brings all the flavors together and kind of cuts the bitterness of the apple cider vinegar. You're gonna mix that up. You're gonna mix, 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 mix. Yeah, mix your white sauce up. And we're gonna mix some more. You wanna make sure that the mayonnaise is not chunky. Make sure that all those flavors get in there. Make sure that the sugar dissolves in there. Make sure that all the flavors get in there. And you're gonna keep on mixing it. That looks good. That looks real good. Mix, 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 mix. You see how that looks? You want to get it nice and creamy. And then you're going to add about a 1/4 cup of water. This gets it to that consistency that you want, that nice kind of saucy consistency where it's not too thick, but where it's nice, where you can just dribble it right on your rice and your hibachi and your scrumps. If you want to do steak, chicken. We did chicken and shrimp hibachi, which we'll show you in another video how we made that. With zucchini and onions. That was delicious. So this sauce is going to sit in the refrigerator. You want it to refrigerate it for at least 6 to 24 hours. We noticed that it tastes a lot better the longer it sits in the fridge. So we tried it when it was in the fridge for about 5 hours, and we tried it when it was in the fridge for overnight for more than 24 hours, and it was delicious the next day. So we recommend making this the night before you want to make this meal so that it can be the perfect taste and consistency. And now, guys, we're going to make the marinade for the hibachi chicken, shrimp, and the veggies. This is delicious, and it was pretty easy to make. I started out with some soy sauce and water. As you see, I already put the water in there, and then I put the soy sauce in there. There was, I think, a 1/2 cup of water, a 1/3 cup of soy sauce, as you see here. And then next you're going to add the oil, vegetable oil or peanut oil. You're going to add about a 1/4 cup of that. That kind of allows you to, that gets that good, beautiful kind of like glossy, picturesque look of your food, of your meats and stuff. So you're going to put about a tablespoon of sugar. You got some garlic. You're going to put about a tablespoon of that in there, and then some ginger, which you're going to put about maybe 2 tablespoons. I added a little bit more after this video. And then you're going to add about a teaspoon of salt. You don't want to make it too salty, because I like for people to be able to salt their own food. But the soy sauce I used was the low sodium, and because soy sauce is usually pretty salty. You want to mix all that together. I love mixing stuff. So you're going to mix all that together. And now that's our zucchini. I chopped up that zucchini. I chopped up the onions. Back there you see the chicken and shrimp. The chicken is marinating. I didn't marinate the shrimp because I didn't want them to cook, essentially, because shrimp cook easily. You can put anything acidic with shrimp and it's just going to cook it. I don't want to cook it. And now we're going to get into cooking the actual hibachi. So I started out with my chicken and onions. I'm going to put the onions on in just a second. But I started out with chicken and onions first, and I used a skillet, a non-stick skillet, because it's easier to use, and plus it gives more of that hibachi kind of like experience feel, you know, not just putting it in a pot. And it also makes creates it so that it doesn't sit in its own grease too long, because there's as you see on this flat top, there's like a grease compartment so that the grease can go in there. So I put my chicken on there. You want to kind of evenly distribute them. And then you're going to put the onions on there. I love caramelized onions. I love onions in general. Sometimes onions don't agree with my belly, so I try to eat those earlier in the day. Or if I'm having dinner with onions in it, I try to have an earlier dinner so that it doesn't mess with my stomach. And if you guys have stomach issues, that's the best thing to do. If you want to enjoy onions, eat them earlier in the day so that you don't have acid reflux or any gastro issues the later that night or the following morning. Oh, I lost the onion. Pick it right back up. Put it right back on the skillet. Trying to run away. I see you. All right, so I'm going to move these around a little bit, let them simmer, let the juices and flavors all congeal and have a big, beautiful orgy. And that's the best, when the flavors can have an orgy. So as you see, I marinated these pieces of chicken, and they look good. You know, it doesn't look like they're marinated, but they are very much so marinated. And later on, you'll see how the marinade looks. This portion of the video doesn't really show it that well, but yeah. This was fun. It smelled good. You smell that fragrance immediately once you put them on there. And my sister and my brother-in-law, Ray Sean, who were sitting in the living room, they were like, wow, that thing smell good. And I was like, because that thing do smell good. Yeah, and also feel free to kind of judge this about as you like. Some people like theirs more garlicky. Some people may want more salt. So this is the time where you may want to put a little bit more garlic, a little bit more salt, and give this a thumbs up, guys. All right, so now our chicken and onions have sauteed for a little bit longer. And I like to flip mine on the other side so that it can get that nice. You see that brownness on that one in the front? And that brownness on that one in the corner? You want them to get a little brown, you know. But not too brown, but brown enough to where you could know that thing cooked. And move them around, you know, and then flip them over so that the other side can get some heat and a little bit of brown. And some people like their chicken and onions a little darker or a little bit more burnt. That's your prerogative. Some people don't like it cooked too long. That's fine too. But I like mine a little bit mixture of both, because I don't mind a little bit of burnt, because I'm not afraid of a little bit of char. But I do like my chicken evenly cooked, and I like both sides to be created equally. Let's get into the fried rice. All right, so we start out with regular brown rice, and to be honest, guys, this was bagged rice. So if you want to make a quick, easy fried rice, bagged brown rice is great. You're gonna put some oil in your pan, and then you're gonna pretty much put it on low medium heat, or not low medium, but medium heat, and then you're gonna add the soy sauce to it. Throw some butter in there. Throw some butter in there. Everything's better with butter. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I kind of had the heat up too high on this, and my rice kind of stuck to the pan, but that's okay. You know, you can't have it all in life, so that's why I was scraping that thing like scraping it at the bottom. But it's also fried rice, so I wanted to make sure that it had that fried kind of taste and texture. And the soy sauce adds some more of the brown element, and it gives it a little bit of the seasoning. And you want that all around. And also put as much or as little soy sauce as you want. Some people like a lot of it. Like me, I prefer a lot of it. And then you want to crack that egg. You're going to move some of the rice over to the side and then crack the egg in there. See, I got a little shell in there because I'm trying to do a one-handed thing. I ain't done that in a while. So you're going to butter this side, put the egg in there, and let it scramble before you mix the rice in it, because you want to make sure that it gets cooked fully through, so that you don't get no salmonellas, you know what I'm saying? Or you don't get pregnant with a chicken. That would never happen. All right, you're going to scramble that thing a little bit like that. And I put butter on that side as well. So now I'm mixing it all together after the eggs were scrambled. As I told y'all, I had to scrape my pan because I had that thing a little bit higher than I wanted. But I wanted to get that fried texture. And now, here we go, the shrimps. So you want to do the shrimp and zucchini separately, because those cook fast. You don't want them to be overcooked. You don't want your zucchini to be squishy and mushy. You don't want your shrimp to be squishy and mushy. You want them to be firm and delicious, but still cooked, you know. So as I cook them, I probably cook them for about 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes per side, maybe a little less than that. But you certainly don't want to overcook your shrimp. And then here's the final product, guys. I plated it. I have my white sauce on the side, and it was delicious. It tasted like I was at a hibachi place or better. Put your fork in there, and bon appetit.